Sometimes just books that are totally carried by the plot, and sometimes there's books that end up feeling like they fall flat. We are back for another Christian review of regular books, and today we are discussing The Personal Librarian by Marie Benedict. Let's get into it. For those of you who've never seen one of these videos before, here's how it's gonna go down. First, I do my regular review, what you know and love to expect from a book review, star rating, and my own personal opinion. But then we get into my Christian review, and that's where we go over the basic pieces of a book that may or may not have a fellow believer or anyone wanting to read it. I give more caveats and any more information you may need about these reviews at the video that's pinned to the top of the playlist, or you should be able to click here somewhere. For now, let's go ahead and get into my regular review. The Personal Librarian is a historical fiction, and as I've shared with you guys many times, I love historical fictions. On top of that, it is based off of a true story, so I loved to learn about a real woman who lived in this time frame and how she managed. It's basically about a woman who becomes a librarian. She passes as white, but she is actually black, and she takes advantage of the opportunity to pass as white so that she can get a job in an area that she's passionate about and paid in a way that she deserves. I will say that I loved that aspect. I loved learning about her story. I felt like that was so well done, and I really am fascinated by history, by how people managed in different times of our world and of our own country, and I absolutely loved so much about that. Where I struggled was the fact that this main character dealt with a lot of romance, and I really don't know that the romance was necessary to the overall storyline or even the plot as a whole. Some of it was necessary and did help aid and continue on in the conversation, but I don't think that the entire thing really did feel necessary at the end. On top of that, the writing style made it feel a bit slow, and I struggled with keeping engaged and interested in what was going on, even though the plot and the character dynamics and what was happening was fascinating to me. Ultimately, I rated the book 3 stars. If you want to see everything that I'm reading and rating in real time, you can do so by following me on Goodreads. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and I do have my own YouTube channel so you can see more of my day-to-day reading and life journey. All the links are down below in the description box. Now let's go ahead and get into my Christian review. The first category I always love to touch on because it's popular is smut or spice, and there are actually a few kind of more explicit scenes. There's nothing super graphic, but more spicy than a lot of historical fiction books that I read. And there's one more explicit scene and a few other minor scenes. There also is a lot of talk in the plot, as I kind of discussed earlier, about relationships, and that also has to do with sexual relationships. The second category is explicit language. The second category is explicit language, and there is minor explicit language. Again, more than I'd anticipate in a historical fiction, but nothing that's too over the top. The final category has to do with both racism and sexism. This takes place in the early 1900s. We're talking 1910, 1913, that type of time frame. And so you're dealing with obvious sexism and racism throughout the course of the book. The history is extremely well described and expressed throughout the course of this book, however, and I think that it is a good depiction of what was truly happening at that time. This book would be great for anyone ages 16 and up. Again, the only reason why I would say 16 and up is due to the few spicy scenes and the relationship dynamics as a whole, but you could maybe read it alongside with your teen and read it earlier. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can stay up to date on all of these Christian reviews of regular books, plus me and my mom's podcast, The Journey We Share. Also, it's not just for your own keeping up to date, but it also helps us know that the content we're providing is content that helps you, since we're a nonprofit and we're doing all of this for free. Thanks so much, and we cannot wait until we see you on the next one.